it is time for book recommendations because I'm an avid reader and I love books. This has actually been, I don't have the cover on this anymore because I've had this for God knows how long. This is called Where the Sidewalk Ends, and it is by the poet Shel Silverstein. I've been in love with poetry forever. I write poetry. I love it. I actually have a few places marked in here, so I'm going to read you guys one of the shorter ones. Maybe? No? Okay, no. It won't. There's no short ones. It's really good, especially if you're a fan of poetry. Even if you're not a fan of poetry, little kids love this stuff, so go ahead and get that. If you have seen City of Bones movie, here is the, like, spin-off series, but not really. It's set in 1784. It is about shadow hunters who are demon hunters, and they're really cool, and they do really cool stuff, like killing demons and falling in love with people they shouldn't. And yeah, this is the first one. It's called Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare, and the second one is Clockwork Prince and then Clockwork Princess. So you should go check these out. They're called the Infernal Devices series. It's super cool. I don't have the first book in the next series, but this is City of Fallen Angels by Cassandra Clare. The first book is actually City of Bones. Ha ha ha! Go check it out. It's good. It's about the same stuff, except it is set in 2011, maybe. I think that's when the first one starts. Maybe sooner than that. I don't know. It's set modern times. But it is about these two characters named Jason Clary and all of their shadow hunter and downworlder friends. There's a little bit of gay action in there if you don't mind it, but it's really freaking cute. So, go check these out. First book is City of Bones by Cassandra Clare. Yeah. So go check them out. Next is Maximum Ride by James Patterson. These books, literally, probably the best part of this book was the fact there are teenagers with wings. Oh my god, they're like 2% bird. So they have wings because they're badass like that, I guess. It's a really good book. It is about danger and adventure, and there's a little bit of romance in there, but not for the next couple of books. This is the first book, The Angel Experiment. If you've ever read Witch and Wizard or Daniel X, these are really good books. It is narrated by the main character, Max. So if you don't mind reading from a girl's point of view, which I had a really good guy friend that back in like 7th grade who really loved these books. So you need to go check them out. Next is my favorite musical, in case you can't tell by that poster back there. It is Wicked by Gregory Maguire. The musical is based on the book, not the other way around. Musical based on book, okay? This book was originally written in '96, but was revised back in 2000, so 3 years before the musical even came out, with the original cast in about a year before the CD was released, I think, maybe. It is a really good book. It is the untold stories of the Witches of Oz, more specifically the Wicked Witch of the West, and they all actually have names. The Wicked Witch of the West is Elphaba Throp, the third Throp descending, which means she should be governor of Munchkinland one day. Obviously, she doesn't want to be because Munchkinland and people are mean to her there. This girl over here is obviously Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, but she starts out as Galinda for her parents are stupid, I guess. Just kidding, just kidding. It's a really good book, But I'm thinking like 16 plus here. There's a very tiny, small R-rated scene, which younger kids should not be reading, but it's a really good book. I actually read it in 7th grade, which is why I'm saying 16 plus. Okay, yeah, because I would not want my little sister reading this, and she's 14. So, yeah. So this is Wicked by Gregory Maguire. If you're a fan of the musical, you need to check this book out. Next, if you are a fan of House of Night, then you know who PC Cast is. And this is Elphame's Choice by PC Cast. It is about Elphame, who is a young girl who is half centaur and half human. She kind of sort of looks like, as the way they describe it, she kind of looks like a satyr. If you know what that is, especially if you're a Percy Jackson fan. Haven't read those yet, so, but I do know what they are. But this is basically about Elphame growing up and moving on with her life. I mean, she does have her brother with her because this is set in medieval times and women can't just go out on their own, no matter how, like, super cool her parents are, because they're, like, running their whole kingdom there, basically. It is a really good book, especially if you're into the supernatural. All these books are good if you're into the supernatural, except for Shel Silverstein. That's kind of like, let's be quirky together. This is most definitely 16 plus. There is an R-rated scene in it. I read it in 7th grade, so 16 plus. got this book for my 13th birthday. This is The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong. It is about a young girl named Chloe Saunders, who is about 16 years old and has her first period. And along with that terrible experience, she sees her first ghost. But what these people don't know is that she isn't crazy. She's not just seeing things. She really does see a ghost. But they go ahead and send her to Lila House, the home for troubled teens. And there she discovers some secrets that she will never expect and you will never expect. Except maybe a little bit. But basically, I will give you a small spoiler alert. If you don't like it, you can tune out here just a little bit. Chloe is a necromancer, which means that she can see the dead. And in her case, she can bring the dead back to life. So, okay, you can come back in for the spoiler. If you want to check these books out, this is The Summoning by Kelly Armstrong. It is most definitely like a 13+. Like, you have to understand good language to understand this book. It's really, really good, though, so check it out. And last but not least is Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. Many of you are big fans of this, I know, because it's gotten so big over the years. I actually read this in 6th grade before it was that big. And it is now soon going to be a major motion picture, which makes me really, really excited. But I'm kind of disappointed by some of the way the characters look and that kind of stuff. But it is about this girl, Rosemary Hathaway, and her friend Vasilisa, Dragomir. And there are 3 types of vampires in the world. There are the Moroi, who are living vampires, and that's what Lisa is. And then there are the Dampiers, who are half vampire, half human, and that's what Rose is. And they are trained to protect the Moroi, because the Moroi are the elite and the royals and that kind of stuff. And basically, and then there are the Strigoi, who are dead vampires, like your stereotypical, I want to attack your blood, except without being Transylvanian. But this is a super fantastic book. Basically the plot of this book is Rose and Lisa have escaped St. Vladimir's because they felt threatened there, so Rose and Lisa left, and they found them now, and they're taking them back. And this whole book is about them being back in St. Vladimir's and adjusting and catching up with the schoolwork they miss. Lisa falls in love with Bad Boy on campus because, you know, she's supposed to be queen of the Moroi one day, so why not fall in love with the guy that everyone in Moroi society shuns, right? Yeah, it's gonna happen, so might as well deal with it. Rose falls in love with, I don't want to tell you because it's so shocking. You're like, oh my god, what are you doing, you crazy brat? There are other words for that. But it is really good and it is really fantastic. And most definitely, let's go first book, about 15+. By the time you get to the bad stuff, that's not even that bad, you'll be about 15, 16 years old. So, 14+. It does teach you about growing up and stuff, and I fell in love with this in 6th grade, so tells you something about it. You should definitely read all of these books, and we can be in fandoms together, because you know, when you were little, you were like, I'm gonna be cool and popular when I get older, and then now that you're a teenager, you're like, fandoms all the time. Excuse my Jenna Marbles craziness. This video was inspired by Carrie Hope Flesher / It's Way Past My Bedtime. Go check her out if you don't know her. She's pretty perfect. And I will see you guys when I get the chance to. So, I hope you all have a great week / weekend. And I know I'm going to try to. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, add your favorites. Tell your friends about me. And my friend Paige Ecrit15. She's pretty perfect. She sings great songs. And she's a great person. So, hope you guys have a nice day. Bye.